Hello, good afternoon, and welcome to this taste challenge. I have two Irish whiskeys. This is head upside down. This is the Busker Irish whiskey, single grain, not single malt, single grain whiskey. Oh yay! 44.3% alcohol, introduced in 2020. This is their maroon label. I'll show you the website in a minute. I still have a third of the bottle left. The price is high. I was checking the Busker price yesterday. The regular triple distilled, which is very good, but it's like $43.99, and I was like, $43.99. I would have never bought it, but actually I was at Walmart one day about 2 years ago, and they had the green label, the triple distilled, and this one for $10 each. $10. So I was like, yeah, I'm buying this. Can't pass up a deal like that, So that's what I paid. Now this one is Ide Stills. It hit the market last year, way back in 2023. Blend number 3. I don't know what happened to blend number 1 and 2. Maybe they didn't make the cut. There's an angel with an Irish sash reading a book, probably an Irish whiskey recipe book. 40% alcohol. It is aged up to 5 years. And not a minute longer. Up to 5 years in oak casks. I don't know what they are. Could be fresh casks for all I know, but I seriously doubt it. It has a bottle that is suspiciously identical to other bottles from Kilbeggan Distillery. Now, I'm not saying it's made at Kilbeggan Distillery. I'm saying it's got a bottle design that is suspiciously identical to that. Because there's no Ide Stills Distillery. It's procured by Alexander Murray and Company for Total Wine & More. So it's a Total Wine & More private label. It's only sold at Total Wine, or should only be sold at Total Wine & More. So if you see it somewhere else, that should alert you that something may not be right. All right. I paid $17.99. They're selling it now for $19.99, so I guess I got a deal. I could be wrong. Maybe I did pay $19.99, but I'm thinking I paid $17.99. All right. So far, my record is very poor with these Irish whiskeys in this tournament. I have 1 win and 4 losses. 1 win, 4 losses. I could tell it correctly once, and I got it wrong 4 times. Is that because I'm bad at tasting Irish whiskey? Strong possibility. Or is it because Irish whiskeys are so similar one to another that it's hard to tell them apart? A much more likely possibility, I think. The second possibility is much more likely. Go try a bunch of Irish whiskeys. Tell me if they taste way different one from another. Well, I mean, now, if you get strange products like, the Busker single grain, yeah, that's going to taste a little different. But you just get your standard triple distilled Irish whiskeys. Do a blind taste test. Let's see how well you do. All right, poured a little bit too much. We'll correct that. William Grimes says, let's get the likes up, guys. Yes, good idea, William. All right. All right. Yeah, I didn't need that much. I'm not trying to drink it. I'm trying to taste it. I'm not in a rush to drink all this. So, yeah. All right. I was at work for over 8 hours. That was an adventure, to say the least, with some trouble they had over there. All right. Try to pour it where it's showing the label correctly. Now, is the Busker a really well-known and popular Irish whiskey? Not exactly. I've seen it here and there. not really too common. It's only been on the market 4 years. They picked a bad time to launch, but they didn't know what was coming. So this was rolled out in 2020, right when the scamdemic was starting. I mean, like literally, like the day they rolled it out, here it comes. So all their events got canceled. You know, they're like their tavern promos, barroom promos, restaurant and bar and grill and promos, nightclub promos, whatever. So and everything was off track and wacky at that time. So where these governments, local, state, and national government were out of control with their totalitarianism, and so I think they didn't sell because nobody knew what it was, you know, and the price was a little high. So Walmart just said phooey on that, and they just got rid of them for $10 a bottle. So what the heck? $10. I'm game. I bought the Busker and I single grain, and I bought the triple distilled. We'll look at the website for a minute. Now, hold on. You can see that the Busker is a lot lighter. This thing is so pale. It's aged in ex-bourbon and ex-marsala. Ex-bourbon barrels from America, obviously, and ex-marsala barrels from Sicily, Italy. Sicily Island, Italy. Marsala should come from Sicily Island, Italy, but there are some American Marsala brands that were on the market before these new rules came in. This is golden, not pale. So I got to close my eyes, but let's do the, before I close my eyes, let's do the screen share. And I'll show you these websites. So here's the Busker Irish whiskey. Meet the Busker finish in bourbon cask and marsala cask. 44 point. It's a little bit stronger, not like really strong. And then they talk about all the Canteen Florio wine. Canteen Florio 1833 Marsala wine. I've never had it. I would like to try it. All right. Now they give all those to which I would never pick up. There's the awards as one. A few. Now there's single malt. I've not had the ex-bourbon and ex-sherry casks. Interesting. There's a single pot still. Bourbon cask and sherry. I've never had that one. I've seen it. The gray label, the blue. I've seen these. I have seen it, but I didn't want to pay the price. And then there's the blended. I have a bottle of that. Now that one's aged in ex-bourbon, marsala, and sherry cask. Oh, and sherry. I got to update my notes from the last tasting. Maybe that's what it's called. Bourbon. It's probably 1/3 of the whiskey's aged in bourbon. The other third of the whiskey's aged in marsala. And the other third is aged in sherry cask. And then they blend that all together. Ooh. It's something else because they got 3 different types of whiskeys in that blend. Great copper pot still and single malt. So I don't know. There's so many ways they could combine that, break it down. So I don't know. Now look, they're not using Cairn glasses to taste it. They're using what are those called? Shot glasses, or what kind of glass is that? I have one of those. I have one. It's like that. All right. So what are all the whiskeys? The single collection. That's what I just showed. Oh, this is a new one. Small batch, single pot, still done. I haven't seen this one around. This is something new. Double aged in Barossa sherry casks. This wasn't on last time I checked. Okay, so this must be trying to compete with like Bushmills Black. Bushmills Black Bush, which is aged 8 years in Oloroso sherry casks. Hard to beat that one. Hard to beat that one. Now, I wonder if Oak started doing distillery tours again, because back during the scam, distillery tours. I don't know. I really don't know. Okay. Okay. That's it. Ide Stills, blend of triple distilled Irish whiskies. So it's a blend of triple distilled Irish whiskies. There's different ones, all matured in oak casks. Um, a must try. Well, maybe you can get the regular bottle, which is what I bought of the big handle. Up to 5 years, and sold at Total Wine and More. Okay. Okay. Um, Ide Stills. Where the name came from, I do not know. Probably a couple of people that were involved in Alexander Murray and Company's board of directors, more than likely. They don't make whiskey, they procure it. That means they buy it and sell it. You say, oh, you mean like a fish and shrimp, a seafood wholesaler. That's exactly what it is. Like the one over there in New Orleans, out there by the French Quarter, west of the French Quarter, away from the river. What's the name of that place? Oh, it's been there forever. I park my car over there sometimes because they always got parking. They don't catch the seafood. They don't go out there in the Gulf and catch the shrimp or the catfish. They buy it from fishermen that catch all that. And then they sell it to whatever restaurant or grocery store or seafood outlet wants to buy it and sell it. So the retailer. You say a middleman. A middleman. That's what Alexander Murray and Company is, a middleman. Been around for 20 years. Actually, their roots go back to over 100 years, but the current structure is from 20 years ago. So they got that place in New Orleans. Oh, there's probably many of them, but that's the one I'm thinking of. When I went to Philadelphia, right close to the Philadelphia Phillies stadium, ballpark, baseball, and close to the football stadium, there's a place like that, a seafood warehouse. I don't know if you could buy it I don't know if the public can go in there and buy the stuff. It might only be for wholesale retailers to go in there with a wholesale license. But I kind of looked around and it was full of seafood, any kind of thing you could think of: shrimp, scallops, fish of all sorts. I mean, it was a huge place on the corner, and you could smell it from the corner. But those things are always fascinating, you know. They're a lot more interesting than like typical tourist sites that are so boring, you know, like a monument or a museum. They're so boring, you know. But these are active. It's happening now. You know, it's like it's not something from the past where, oh, look at this old photo. No, it's happening now. It's like when you go to Washington, D.C., you want to look at old photos or old relics, or you want to go to something happening now. And you can go to the seafood market right on the river. And it's like live. As you're there, they're selling the seafood, and they even make it for you if you want to buy it. So, and it's on it floats in the river. The whole seafood market floats in the river because there was some rule they passed in Washington, D.C. with some sky-high taxes for seafood markets. So they moved it onto a pontoon setting where it's actually in the river, so it's not in their jurisdiction or something crazy like that, you know. But well, I couldn't get over that place. And I tell people, you ever been to that? No, they never heard of it. I never talked to one person in my life ever heard of that. Washington, D.C. seafood market. Of course, everybody heard of Jefferson Memorial, you see. No, I mean. There's the Kansas City Southern eastbound, heading to New Orleans from Baton Rouge. All right. And from Baton Rouge, you probably went to Alexandria. Then it was probably in Shreveport, Louisiana before that. Fort Smith, Arkansas. Joplin, Missouri, and then up to Kansas City. I'm thinking that's the route. Picking up everything on the way. Hard to say. Smells like grains. Maybe this just smells like grain, a la corn. Could be wheat. What is grain whiskey? Well, it's whiskey made from grain. But what grain? Well, that's a question. It could be rice if you're in East Asia, like Taiwan or Japan. Could be rice as their grain. Now, I had somebody ridicule me online. You don't know what you're talking about. I said, I bet you I do. I was looking at the website for one of the Suntory whiskeys, and they were saying they use rice. But then they had updated the website later, and they took that down, so I couldn't back it up anymore. But I mean, I'm not stupid. I know what they make in East Asia. Could be corn, could be wheat. Wouldn't really matter, because those grain whiskeys are pretty much odorless and colorless. They're not looking for flavor there. No, they're looking for the body. The flavor is coming from the single malt and maybe the copper pot still whiskey. Okay, I think this is the single grain, but I don't really know. The Busker. I gotta taste it. So cheers. What's it taste like? Well, grain, fermented, then distilled. Most likely yellow corn, but I don't really, like I say, I don't know. There's a little vanilla. No, I'm not saying they add vanilla. I say it tastes like it. Now, sweet corn, think about sweet corn. It'd be so sugary. All right. Why do you think they use corn syrup for sweetener? Because it's sugary. Tell you one thing. These Irish whiskeys are tough. They are so tough. You think, oh no, they all taste different. Oh, really? They might taste a little bit different one from another, but I just find it just like a big bottle of whiskey. You know what I mean? They just all taste so similar. Does that mean I dislike Irish whiskey? No, I like the taste. I like the taste, but it's not that different one from another. But on the other hand, this one does seem a little stronger. 44 point, they said 83. I can't look. 88.6, 83. And I went to college. No, but 88.6. Okay. Guess I can see that. Now, to me, this is me talking. I think this one has more honey. Now the honey, see, I'm thinking honey, Ide Stills, because I think it's got a honey aspect. Finally realizing that after 5 challenges. It's lighter bodied. It's got more varied taste because you got the single grain, the copper pot still, and the single malt whiskeys blended together. Now, are they blended then aged, or are they aged then blended? This I do not know. This I do not know. All right, that's each company does it their way, and they all going to claim their way is the best. But you know, we can't get too detailed on that because I don't know the details. Is this one note? I mean, it's kind of one note because it's one thing, but it is aged in 2 different barrels. Ex-bourbon and ex-marsala. And then I got to update my triple distill because it's ex-bourbon, ex-marsala, ex-sherry. That makes a difference, or theoretically it does. All right, I'm going to say this is a single grain. I don't really think it's that great. I'm not paying the $48 to $50 a bottle, and it's not even really any better than the cheap one. So I bought it because it was $10. I'm not going to pay. I wouldn't have bought it. If I'd have seen it at $48, I'd have kept on shopping. Believe me, I'm just telling you the truth. I'm not going to pretend like I would have bought it eventually. I probably never would have bought it. I got it. 2 wins, 4 losses now. I think I'm starting making progress. I think I'm going to start making progress. And then, who knows? Maybe I could finish with a winning record. I'm not too confident in that, but it's possible. 2 wins, 4 losses. This one was kind of a easier one, you know, being single grain. Didn't have the 3 components, but I kind of gave it away. But I got to think. I got to keep thinking. Honey, 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 honey. Are you examining Hurricane High Gravity tomorrow? Not Tuesday. Wednesday. I could do a video for it on anti-war, though. I think I have 2 cans. Do I have 2 cans left? I think I have 2 cans left. So I could do a preview video on my alternative channel, Anti-War. I mean, that beer is kind of chewy. That thing is kind of gamey. You know, that thing is like, ugh. If you could drink that, you can pretty much drink it. I'm not saying it's bad, but it's a little gamey. It's a little tough to take. It's well made, but I guess it's made to be like that. It's supposed to be kind of like in your face. I'm in your face. You are in my face, Hurricane High Gravity, and I don't want you there, and that's why I never buy it. But I bought it for the examination, you know. I wish we got the 6%. I do too. I can drink the 8% anymore. I drain poured the one I reviewed. Really? You can't drink it anymore. Oh, I can drink it. I don't like it too much, but I can drink. I used to get the the regular hurricane all the time in Louisiana from 96 to 2005. It was common as anything. Then it became non-existent. Once they came out with High Gravity, it was bye-bye regular. It was bye-bye 6%. It's rough stuff. I can't handle it. Yeah, I'm not going to joke. I'm not going to say you're wrong. It's a little rough, and I think it's designed to be that way. Now, are there people that like that kind of stuff? I guess there are. I ain't one of them, but I used to buy it like the first couple of times, first few weeks when it came out in 2005. I would buy the 12 packs. It was $3.99. I'm not making this up. $3.99 a 12 pack. So yeah, I buy it. But I was like on the second 12 pack, I was sitting there because I was trying to read every National Geographic magazine from 1923 to the present day. And I did make it. I've read them all. Because people always say, how come you know so much about other countries? I said, I read every National Geographic magazine for 100 years. But I remember sitting there sipping on it, reading that magazine, sipping on it. I was like, oh man, I can't take this stuff. I was like, I'm not buying this anymore. It's too strong. It's like too, ugh. It's got too much body. It's got too much heaviness, too much everything. I'm not saying it was bad. It's bad for me. It might be good for Paul Bunyan, and I guess Babe wouldn't drink it. But I was like, oh man, I'm never buying this again. I never did. I just never bought it again. That thing was so orange. But it's still around. It's popular in Louisiana. Why, I don't know, but it's got a following. Guess it got people that like rough stuff. The rough trade. Hurricane used to be so cheap before JB inflation. I know. Like I said, it was $3.99 until Katrina, and then it was like $9.99 a 12-pack. I don't know what the 12 packs cost now. I'd be scared to see it. They sell that at Rouse's on Veterans Boulevard in Metairie. For whatever reason, Rouse's on Veterans Boulevard in Metairie typically carries 12 packs of Hurricane High Gravity. There's probably one old man who drinks it, and he buys it once a week because like this Mathern's over here, they used to sell Ice House Edge 4-packs, pint cans. $2.88. It was $2.88 a 4-pack. No joke. This was 10 years ago. This old man used to come in that store every morning about 8 o'clock, and he would buy his 4-pack of Ice House Edge. Guess he had nothing else to do. Buy his 4-pack every day. So he probably drank one at 9, one at 4, one at 1 o'clock, one at 4 o'clock, probably one at 8 in the evening. Next day, he could buy his next 4-pack, $2.88. Let's see, $2.88. $20 a week. 16 cans. Whoops. $0.72 a pint. But then that man must have died, or he went away or something. But he was pretty old. So then they stopped carrying it. Well, then it got discontinued, but I heard they brought it back. So, but I literally think he was the only person that ever bought that 4-pack. But it didn't matter because he bought it every day. So they would always order it because every day they would sell a 4-pack of it. Every day. We start getting less malt liquors in my area. It's all flavored beers and craft beers. My standby malt liquor was Magnum. Yeah, I used to like Magnum. It was mild. Same thing here, but we still get a lot of malt liquors, and we get the 6-packs of Old English, and we get the 6-packs of Ice House, 6-packs of Colt 45, 6-packs of Steel Reserve, 211, 6%. At a number of stores around here. I'm just thinking of the stores, So no longer get King Cobra 6-packs, but we get the 40-ounce bottles. So yeah, I mean, malt liquor has a following here. Mickey's 6-packs of 12-ounce. I always have that. That never goes away. That never goes away. Do you get Ice House Edge? No, I don't believe anymore. No. We barely got it when it was in production. Wasn't too popular. Natty Daddy. Yeah, a few stores sell it. Usually in the 25-ounce cans. Yeah. Not real popular. Never was, but you got a few enthusiasts that buy it. You know what I mean? Okay. So Now it's time for the College World Series. The winner, I'm going to say the winner is the Ide Stills because it's got a more well-rounded flavor. Because it's more well-rounded. It's 3 different whiskeys blended together, so I think it's a better product. I'm not paying this exorbitant price for this thing. You'd be looking at close to $50 for this. $50? Are you crazy? I paid $10, and this was $17.99. Now it's $19.99. Still not a bad price. It's a wonderful product. So tomorrow morning, I'm planning to do this one against I don't know. Could be Jameson. That's coming up. Jameson. It's probably going to be Patty's. That'll be tough. That'll be really tough. Really challenging. Okay, so that's it. I got two wins, and I have 4 losses. But I'm trying to climb. All right, so we'll just try it. Try it tomorrow. We'll see what happens with Patty and Ide Stills. I think it's gonna be. As tough. Ooh. All right, but I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna do my best. I always do my best. I don't just play around with this. I try to do it correctly. It's just very difficult. All right, y'all take care, and see y'all tomorrow morning. Or if you want to wait till Wednesday night when we do a Hurricane High Gravity, see you then. That should be a very interesting hangout.